Okay, everybody, we are back. The connectivity issue, we figured it out. Turns out, I guess when I was moving around, I just slightly pulled out a part of the mic, the robot noise, and then it was loose enough where we were just picking up nothing for a while there. But that explains some of the nonsense that was going on. So we're 1-1 now. If you saw the end of that match, it was pretty brutal. My opponent top decked Hammer into Ink Moth to be able to equip the hammer to the Memnite, which then killed me in a couple turns. Even had I used that smallpox the turn prior, which was wrong, by the way, pretty certain that would have not been a good smallpox. I needed to wait for a better window to cast it. My deck didn't do me a lot of favors, and my opponent's deck did them all the favors in that game, so what can you do? But anyway, we're going to move on to the next game here. So let's rock and roll. Let's rock and roll with some more 8-rack. Deck has felt pretty good so far. We 2-0'd our first opponent, and I feel like we got pretty unlucky to lose that game, but that's kind of how 8-rack goes. If you ever wanted to lose to top decks, this is the deck to do it with. Which means I probably shouldn't be playing this, because all I've done the last few weeks is lose to ridiculous top decks. But that's all right. Honestly, going down to 4 Liliana was probably nonsense. I don't think you can ever cut Liliana in this deck. The card is just so important for what your deck is trying to do. The Edict is good and the Plus is good against Hammer, so it's just... That was probably a nonsense cut. Like, if we would have had a Liliana instead of the blow up your Ink Moth that game, who knows what could have happened. Blowing up the Ink Moth was good too, but... And it's possible 26 lands is maybe a little too many. I don't know. We couldn't draw a land in game 2 to save our lives, so you never know. But hopefully this next game goes a little better. Thank you everybody for still being here. I know that the sound issue there was really annoying, but we figured it out. So thanks for bearing with it. Trying to find another victim to the pox. The 8-rack. Struggling to find an opponent here. Come on, opponent. Nobody wants to play against the rack. That's what it is. This is always... A lot of people hate playing against this deck, man. It's funny how many people get angry at this deck. It's one of the funnier things about playing it in paper is people are like, "Oh my god, you're playing the rack? What?" People can't even believe it, especially at an RPTQ. I got a lot of puzzled looks when I was playing this deck. All right. Oh, never mind. There's the Luris. It was a delayed reveal there. This hand's not amazing, but it's fine. I'm going to keep it for sure. Sure. There's Luris, right? Misty. Are they playing Infect? Infect with Luris or something weird? What is this? Oh, Mill. They're playing blue-white Mill. Okay. Fatal Push will be really good at dealing with Luris later, potentially. I think we're just going to fetch. I'm not worried about my life total. We're going to fetch Shock. The only question now, ending versus push. I think for mana efficiency, I probably want to ending. Yep. Get that out of here. A sound. I agree, Logan. A sound. Which is good. Archive Trap, you got it, man. Did you hit a Raven? 1 swamp left, I believe. Lucky. Okay, take one of those, I guess. How many racks has he milled? 1. Just 1. We still have 2 more racks in there. Wild. All right. Not too bad. We'll see if they take the turn to put Luris in hand, or if they... Interesting. Okay. I dig it. Sure. Smallpox. That'll be good later. Here I'm just going to Urza's Saga and play Liliana and plus. I think. We could also double Ravens Crime them, actually. Is that better? Just hellbending opponent. It's got to be Liliana, right? It's probably Liliana. Liliana pitch push, I think. Yeah. I want to get her going. I think this is correct. Pretty bad to remand, but maybe they have the remand. Yikes. Nope, they don't. All right, good. Getting rid of push. Want to have lands so I can just Ravens crime them off all their cards. The smallpox could be sweet. Need to hope that Tasha's does not mill me out here. Well, it did. Unfortunate. Okay. Dothy seems fine. This is like a little bit of a threat. I kind of like it. Do I want spell bombs? I don't think so. Spell bomb doesn't seem good. Needle doesn't seem very good either. I want another push. Do I want surgicals? Surgicals are interesting. I can like thought seize them off Tasha's and then surgical those. So I don't hate that actually. Fatal push is interesting for the crabs as well. Maybe Dothy's garbage actually. Let's bring in surgical, push, and trim on 1 rack, I think. And bring in 1 more surgical. I think I actually like surgical pretty well against Mill. Being able to rip Fraying Sanity or Tasha's is going to be good. No, I would not like to play first. That was pretty brutal. Double trap, and I drew a fetch hand. Like, what can you do, you know? This hand is not amazing, but we're going to keep. And they mulled to 6, which is going to be really good for this Wrench Mind. I'm just going to fetch on 1 if they have it. Well, okay, never mind. That might change it up a little bit. That definitely changes it up a little bit. I think we just go Thoughtseize here. Get to see what they have. Visions of Beyond is a nightmare, so I think I'm going to... let's see... I guess Visions of Beyond isn't that bad if I take the Archive Trap. Take the Archive Trap, then next turn fetch, Wrench their mind. Or do I just let them put cards in my yard? Because that can hit a Raven's Crime. It's very close, Dewey. It's very close. It's definitely between these 2 cards. Yeah. The problem, I mean, yeah, then they just discard it to the Wrench, but that's fine. We'll take this. We'll keep. The problem is with my fetch mana base being like so awkward too, just only having 4 fetchables. Them being able to mill cards is like very awkward. Cheesin agrees with trap. All right, there's one of our godless shrines, so I'm going to just quickly fetch out the other one this turn here. Make sure we get some white mana. I'm going to wrench their mind. Your mind shall be wrenched. Wrench it. Sure. Makes sense. They're just trying to get information there. I dig it. 2 lands. So they kept Tasha's. Okay, that's fine. Tasha's isn't going to mill me out from here. You got it, man. Play Tasha's, have no cards, and then I'll play Saga and double rack them. Seems good. Ooh, and then I'll set an upkeep stop to make them discard whatever they draw. Seems very good. Yeah. Not an upkeep stop, a draw step stop. Okay. We have the stop set. Take your damage, sir. You. Put it in your yard, please. Put it into your yard. Okay. Luris to hand, that's fine. Let's draw a smallpox. Give me a smallpox. Let's go. Smallpox off the top, please. All right, that works. Not going to complain about that at all. Somehow still haven't hit a Raven's Crime in this game. Oh, it got exiled is why. Do I still have that other swamp to be able to fetch with this? There's none in the graveyard, and there are none in exile. So I could fetch out the swamp to guarantee that this gets me a land, which I'm into, I think. Take 6. An orb. Well, that's okay. I'm surprised they even played that, honestly. I don't actually think I make a construct here. I'm just going to not tap any of my permanents because they're dead unless they draw exactly visions or Tasha's me out. So I'm just not going to tap anything here. Okay. I will float a mana because it's about to disappear. So. Ha! No hits. Oh, that's funny. All right, whatever. Just play another one of these. Pass turn. All right, just do not draw a Visions of Beyond for the love of God or a Tasha's Hideous Laughter. Literally the only 2 cards that can kill me in his entire deck right now. So opponent is like 90% to lose this game. Probably 80%. They're like 80% to lose. And I'm not even sure. All right, that doesn't do it. He's just getting information here. Yeah, nice. All right. Oh, we're back. We are back. We're back on the rack. Back on the rack. Back in black on the rack. All right, so do I want to change anything? Now we've seen Mesmeric Orbs, so I know to be a little more cautious with these. I think I'm still pretty happy with this build overall. Yeah, let's do it. Back in black on the rack. With sound. Yep, neither of those cards are in this particular build of the deck. It's not played typically. The next deck we're gonna play is gonna play Lingering Souls, but it's more of a smallpox deck than a rack. It's not really a rack deck. There is one rack, and for Saga to go get the rack, but it's a Luris deck. We'll talk about it more when we get there after this league. I hope we have time to do at least a little bit of that today. That was the plan. All right, they played first. Let's go. We've got a really good hand. Let's go. I don't even have to fetch with this hand, which is amazing. Amazing. Yep. Crabby. Getting crabby. Man, smallpox has never looked so good, folks. Smallpox has never looked so good. All right, we're going to give them the old ink. The old Inquisition of Kozilek. Those remands annoy me. The crab annoys me even more, I guess. So I guess I take the crab. Don't want to let him have a bunch of crabs. Honestly, remand is like pretty whatever here anyway. Okay. Ooh, that's a really good one to draw. It's just like a perfect discard to Raven's Crime. So we'll crime him. He'll probably remand. I'll crime him again. What did they discard? An island? So I know they still have Field of Ruin. Okay. You discard this other Urborg, I suppose. Yes, Logan, it typically is. Just a lesson to you there. Is he gonna blow a remand on a Raven's Crime? Please. He is. Let's go. Okay, now it's just back in my hand. I don't even have to discard a land to this. Yep, fine. Field of Ruin, mill me 6. You got it. Still has remand up, which is pretty annoying. That's a good draw. So I can actually push and then smallpox, but then we don't get Resolve Liliana in the future, which could be bad. So I guess I'm just going to go like crime you and then push in response to this activating or something. Yeah, that seems a little better because I want to get Liliana going as soon as possible. Although smallpox is like pretty insane here. Opponent goes to one card in hand, has to sack off the Field of Ruin and lose a crab. It's pretty good. Either way, we're going to... Yes, either way we're doing this, huh? Crime. Okay, sure. Yeah, I think it's time for a smallpox. And I think we're just getting rid of the saga. Very awkward. My other swamp has been milled, so I actually can't get a land off of this field. So yeah, I definitely need to pox him here. It's time for a poxing of the small variety. I'm going to get rid of a Lily because I'm about to get choked on mana really badly. Like I said, I'm going to sack the Urborg, or sorry, the Saga. This mana base definitely requires more more in-depth thought. I shouldn't only have 2 swamps in my deck, especially because Field of Ruin like is a card in this format, really. That's annoying. That means our opponent has a land in hand for sure. They just discarded Tasha's. Jesus Christ, dude. Yep, it's fine. Yeah, when Mono Black dies to Blood Moon. Yeah, and they know I don't have another swamp, too, because they've paid attention. Just really embarrassing. Well, we'll make them discard their last card. What a draw, man. Okay, that's a... Okay. Crime you. Kill your thing. I think. I'm actually going to let them spend mana to try putting a Boro back in their hand. Okay. Sure. That was like the one punish is them drawing a fetch, but fortunately they didn't play around me having removal there, so that's good at least. Worth noting, they can pick up a Boro and put it back in their hand at any point. Awkward. Awkward, awkward. Orb, sure. Factory. I think I just got to play this and get this going. How many racks have been milled? One. One rack has been milled, so I still have one more. We're really going to need to draw it. Definitely in a rough spot here. Opponent has better top decks than we do, of course. It's like best possible almost, other than Visions. We have the Manland, that's it. Mishra's Factory, which honestly, you probably don't need to play Factory and Saga. Because Saga probably gives you enough threats. And then you can make the mana base better. So I'll probably try that in the future. Just let my threats be from Saga if I want threats. Games have been pretty brutal. Super close. 8-Rack usually plays super close games, but... Oh, that's actually a really good idea. And we could actually cast it because we're on the white splash. Yeah, we should definitely play a Kahira. That's actually a really, really good suggestion, and I'll do that in the future. And then we actually could go back to Mutavault instead of Factory because Mutavault would be a 3-3 with Vigilance with Kahira, which is probably better than a 2-2 that can tap and give itself +1/+1. So that's a really good suggestion, and probably what we'll do in the future, whether or not we're a green splash or a white splash. So it's actually a very good call. We will be doing that in the future, because having an 8th card is just nice. Very, very good call. Okay, we won the die roll again, chat. We did it. I love winning. That's the one nice thing about this archetype is you win every single die roll. You never lose. Always a winner in the die roll department is a nice place to be. Yeah, but we don't have to play Voidwalker. It's a one of, and it's very random anyway, so it's not. We're not losing much. They let on Island, basic Island, no companion. Is this just rhinos? This might just be rhinos. Um, drawing more lands is fine because of crimes. There's really no reason to even thin. I'm just gonna ink them. Give them the inking. Oh, it's fish. It's fish. Well, Archmage's Charm's a huge problem, so we're just going to get rid of the Archmage's Charms. You fish. Yeah, no kidding, man. Oh my god, dude. What a rip. Man, I'm sick of people drawing this well against me. Getting kind of pissed about it, if you can't tell. It's just like the actual perfect card, and they top decked it on turn 2. Nonetheless, obviously, I could have taken the the Sullivan or whatever, but I had answers to it. Like, that wasn't the right take. Just so stupid. What's up, Zach? Um, hmm. I think we're just gonna crime them multiple times. Question is, do I want to fetch shock? I think I do. I think fetch shock is the play. This will deal me more damage in the long run. Well, let's force him to make decisions, I guess. He's just going to keep the Archmage's Charm, but it is what it is. Okay, so they drew a vial off. Sure. What? They discarded Archmage's Charm? Have they lost their minds? I did not expect that at all. To be completely honest. So I want to play this. This has Ward 1. So I think the best play here. Maybe that's not actually the best. This is tough. Can play this for 2, pay there. I can also go push this. At least 2 other merfolk. You need 2 other merfolk for that to be indestructible, so that's interesting. Opponent is probably much confused. I'm also confused. I didn't think I shouldn't have fetched just to save the ability to fatal push this garbage. Because if I could have gone fetch push here, Raven's Crime, that would have been nice. I think I need to Raven's Crime and then ending, and then just pray my opponent doesn't rip like a champion again. So yeah, let's do that. Which means I probably should have played the factory instead of the courtyard, but here we are. I will pay the ward. And then we'll crime them off their last card. Classic. Alright, subtlety. Hopefully they draw another subtlety. Okay, it doesn't look like they drew anything super good. Wait, what? When this attacks... Oh, I completely forgot that this draws whenever you attack. Disgusting. Well, this was really, really bad for us. Yeah, beating this card's going to be rough. I definitely screwed up with how I managed this, for sure. We just need our opponent to draw, like, incredibly poorly from this point now. I screwed up. This should not be happening. I should have been able to fatal push this. Should not have fetched. Very bad play on my part on turn 2. I would like to pay. ever run one Triome to help ending get to 3? Yes, I could see that as well. Very awkward in the early game, though, is the issue. It may be better to just play an off-color shock, like a blood crypt. Igloo Boy with the subscription. Thank you very much, man. You're a superstar. You are a superstar. Awesome. Awesome stuff. Yep, the Fairy Conclave here getting in. My opponent going to beat me up. I think I like an off-color shock more than the Triome because it enters untapped. Yeah, I mean, I can't really beat these draws from my opponent, unfortunately. God, this thing having Ward, dude. This card is so stupid. But this was completely my fault. I think I win. I probably can win this game if I don't screw that up. It would have been more interesting at least. Okay, this is coming in. I probably want these for Aether Vial. I want some number of them. Probably not very many. I'm going to bring in one. I already have ending for it too. But Nihil Spellbomb doesn't need to be in. Pithing Needle can name their man lands, so I think I am going to keep a one of Needle. Maybe I don't need the Fragmentize. Maybe I'm fine with just this. The 3 endings for it. It's such a problematic card, though. It might be worth... I think it is worth at least 1 copy. I'm just going to get rid of the Needle, probably. I think the Needle... Maybe... I could go down a Rack. Could definitely go down a Rack. Could also go down a Wrench Mind. Because they are an Aether Vial deck, so the extra vials they draw, they just hold in their hand anyway. I'm actually going to go down a Wrench Mind. I think that's probably the play here. Game 1, I played really bad. That loss was completely on me. The other losses, I can be annoyed at how my opponents drew, but not that game. No. This hand is great. This hand is great. Other than not having an answer to Aether Vial, it's insanely good. They mulled to 6 as well, so we're really going to hurt their hand here. Sure. Classic opponent has what we're weak to, but whatever. Crime. Sure. Are you kidding me, man? This is so stupid. Best possible 2 cards in their deck they have on 6. Well, it's a good turn to smallpox, I think. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to discard one of my smallpoxes here. I'm not going to need 3. 2 is going to be just fine. Vial is going to be really, really bad for me. I'm going to sack this. They discarded an Archmage's Charm, which makes sense. They're just going to play the game off of like 1 land and just vial all their 2-drops in, We know they have a Trickster. Hopefully they have another land. I really want them to play a land here. Okay, another... Jeez, oh Pete's, dude. Yikes. That's a good draw, at least. I'm just going to play the rack and leave up a push. And I think I'm actually going to maybe get the Saga into play as well. Unless I'd rather Raven's Crime. Actually, maybe I just crime my opponent here. Raven's Crime you and then push the guy that they vial in. Put him in top deck mode. That's a line. Definitely a line here. But then I have to lose a land, which is probably not good. Okay. I'm off that plan for now. Saga. The rack. It's back. The rack is back. Honestly, my opponent's probably not even supposed to put this creature in. I'm not gonna push this because I want to be able to get full value off the smallpox, so we're just gonna let that hang out. I'd also rather kill a lord anyway. If they activate the vial, I will kill their thing immediately because they could put in that stupid 3-drop. Okay. Okay, that's pretty sick. Yeah, man, how do we want to play this game? Am I just supposed to make constructs? Here I think I'm just gonna leave up push, make construct. Who knows? Maybe I should have pushed this. Yeah, they're usually going to do that, yes. Am I even going to make a construct here? If the answer is no... Hey, McCory Games, thanks for the follow, man. Appreciate you. What if I do this? What if I go smallpox you, discard the castle, and then if they vial in that 3-drop, I can just push it because I'll have Revolt. Then I can't get another rack off this, though. Another rack seems pretty good in this game. They're going to be able to hide cards is the issue. It's a very interesting game to try and manage. Huh. Oh, I can go get Pithing Needle and name Vial. I'm a fool. So this needs to stay in play very badly. Okay, then we're just going to pass here, I think. Who knows a software to play Old Cards Magic and Commander online for free? You could try Cockatrice. I used to play Cockatrice for a long time in my early Magic career. Okay, they did nothing. That's pretty cool. Okay, take some damage. I'm going to make a construct here for sure. I don't even think I'm supposed to block. I just want to start getting pressure in with these. So, yeah, I'll take it. I've got answers to creatures, so... The needle is going to destroy them. I hope I left it in the deck. I think I did. If I didn't, I was a maniac for cutting it. Should not have done that at all. I think I want a construct. Okay. Glass pool mimic, sure. What? Why did that? Oh, because it loses all abilities. Interesting. I did leave in needles, so we're shutting off these vials now. That's enough of this. You can screw off with all this. All right. And now we should be in really good shape. Play this. Pass. Opponent now has to play lands and just get destroyed by smallpox, so time to rack them. Racking them up. It's enough of this Aether Vialing. We've had about enough of this Aether Vialing nonsense. I'm the only guy who gets to play Aether Vial around here, opponent. Relic of Progenitus. Sure. Kill one of these. Just gonna kill this one, I guess. Doesn't really matter. Then we're gonna smallpox, I think. Yeah, if I can smallpox and then Raven's Crime here. And then opponent will have nothing. I guess I attack with this. Maybe I'm supposed to get the Liliana in, actually. Liliana plus, discard the factory. Yeah, that's actually the best play. I just don't even worry about attacking. Let's just establish this. Pretty much, it's a soft lock, is what it is. I still want a small smallpox him next turn, so I'm going to leave that in hand. But, oh, force? Sure, man. You did it. Well, they have nothing in hand anymore. Now I'm just going to play this. Combat, 3 it, and then they take another 3 from the rack. Probably should have animated this, actually, to make it 1 more damage, but we're good. Our opponent's just, like, dead in 1 turn. Literally almost one turn here. Sure. You got me, man. Drew a card, take some damage. Don't care. Turns out, never beating this smallpox in a million years. Sure. Paranormal Bouquet. Thank you for the follow. We appreciate you. All right, that's a really good card to just... Actually, I just play this, because then I don't even have to discard a card off this. So, let's do this. Let's fire this up. Funny enough, I actually think the smallpox here wants to sack this as my creature and then sack a courtyard. So that's what I'm going to do because I want to keep this in play. So let's do that. Smallpox. Opponent will probably concede to this. They're doing legit nothing now. Sacrifice a creature. This one. Sacrifice a land. This one. Don't discard a card. What did they discard? Master. Sure. Combat. 3U. Upkeep. 3U. Yep. Put them in a bind. We binded them. Alright. I want to respect Aether Vial even more than I already am, probably. So I'm going to cut 1 more of these and bring 1 more of these in. Just to really make sure we have that base covered. Everything else is staying the same, though. Okay, MTG Duelist better than Cockatrice. That's fair. Tabletop. Okay. Fair enough. Thank you, Zach, for helping them out there with that. Well, this hand sucks. We will mulligan. We will keep this. I think I'm going to get rid of the Marsh Flats. Well, we've got an answer to a turn 1 Vial. I don't know that I'm going to answer it yet, though. The 1-drops I'm not particularly afraid of, so I think I'm going to Thoughtseize in case they have that stinking Silvergill Adept. Not interested in them, too, for wanting me with that in the slightest. So let's go ahead and take a gander at what's going on over here. There's a Fading Hope. Don't care much about that. The Relic is actually pretty annoying here because of the crime. So I might actually... probably still have to take the Charm. Yeah, I gotta take the Charm here. That's fine. I can still get 2 cards out of the Raven's Crime, so it is what it is. Sure. Sure. Ooh, that's nice. Now I can just deal with this. Can like deal with both their artifacts. It is Paranormal Bouquet. It sure is. Although, somebody brought up earlier that Kahira is pretty free to play as a companion in this deck, so Mutavault actually still may be better because it would be a 3/3 Vigilance if you have a Kahira in that case. So that's kind of interesting. Something we'll have to try later. So I have to consider how I want to play this turn. Which card is more of a problem right now? The Relic is more of a problem right now because it draws cards. So I think I'm going to fragmentize that. Let's get out of here, please. And then I'm going to Raven's Crime my opponent. And they're going to discard Fading Hope. Yeah, it was a really good... I forget who brought that up, but whoever brought that up, I think it was Corky Boy. That's a really sweet idea. Okay. They're only going to have access to this Vial for like 1 more turn, which is good. Are they just going to start beating me up with Conclave? Yep, they are. It's probably a good call, honestly. Okay, that's pretty good, but I'm going to wait on it. So I want to play this. Do this for 1. Maybe I should have done this for 1 before even playing my land, because if my opponent would have put a creature into play, smallpox... Yeah, this was terrible sequencing again from me. Are you... Dude, I am so sick of this guy ripping the perfect... Oh my god, dude. Like I said, this was probably not the couple weeks to play 8-rack, because my opponents are peeling like straight gods. There's literally... This is such a perfect draw on this turn. It's so stupid. Like, literally, it had to be this exact turn. It got around Thoughtseize. I did everything I could to not let this happen, and it's still just a complete perfect draw. I am going to Raven's Crime him again, I believe. Some argument to leave this in hand, though. Maybe I wait 1 turn? What do I know they have in hand? They still haven't discarded the Fading Hope. Okay. I am going to crime them. Just completely ridiculous. Like, the funny thing about it is, too, like, Smallpox wasn't even good for me this turn. Yep, of course. Well, now their Fading Hope doesn't really have any text, so that's good. Alright, that's a good draw, actually. So I'm going to sack off the Factory, I think, because this does a lot more for me. So let's play this. Let's Smallpox our opponent. Doesn't really matter if I had mana or not, but here we are. So opponent's going to have to sack, I assume, what will be the Silver Gill Adept, and then hopefully they screw up and try fading hoping their guy and just lose everything. Oh yeah, me too. I also like Ravens criming a lot. It's a good time. It's a good time. But yeah, I agree. The Ravens crime play, I agree, was probably correct. Opponent's going to be in a fairly rough position now, though. The Saga's going to be able to make some constructs and then go find either the rack or a needle for this conclave. So, not too bad. I do definitely think the Sagas are pretty good. I think factories are really not needed at all. So they probably sack the island, I assume. I think factory is definitely the worst land in the deck by a pretty wide margin. Yeah, good play from our opponent there. You want to keep the Oboro because you can return it to your hand if it matters later to the rack. Okay. No, they're going to hit me for 4. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Tyler Boer, thanks for liking the stream, dude. Thanks for liking the stream. If I Liliana now, I let them kill my Liliana. So I might just like make a construct this turn, next turn float mana Edict you. I think that's the play. And then I can get a needle to shut this nonsense off. Yeah, that's definitely the play. That's concerning. Okay, that's acceptable. Huh. Now the question is, do I want to make another construct? I might. I might make another construct and then just needle the flyer, and then I've got good blockers. Gets the most bang for my buck. Because Liliana Edict isn't even that impressive here. We'll see what we draw. At least we get to see what we draw first. A Raven's Crime. Or do I get the rack and try and race? That probably isn't correct, but... yeah, let's make another construct. And let's shut off the conclave, I think. And I am going to attack here, I believe. I gotta close the game at some point. Sure. So just draw a discard block. Fine with me, man. And they drew another master, so that's absolute fire. Okay, sure. Please draw a bad card. You have so many bad cards. Lands and vials are complete trash. Hit me for 3. I will block. Believe me, I will block. You got it, man. Okay. That's an insanely good draw. Liliana, please. Are you kidding me, dude? Get out of here. Draw a land or a vial, you monster, dude. So trash. Ugh. Could have forced it, but was not worth my time, I don't think. Do I just send in here to get the damage? I'm not... There's, like, very little world where I would block with this, and if he draws a Lord, I definitely wouldn't block with it, so I think I'm going to send and let him have the option to trade. He can trade if he wants. Sure. Alright. The force wasn't the end of the world there, it was just annoying. Alright, I'm just going to put this into play, I think. Yeah, force was definitely a possibility there. At least it wasn't actually a very good draw. Just attack for 2 and then make another token on his turn. You draw an Archmage's Charm too, you little top-decking monster. Okay. He did not. So that's good. Okay, so he drew like the tapper or whatever. Must be nice to just get on 3 lands and then just never draw another one again. What is it like to play Merfolk and just never draw lands? Never draw lands, never draw vials, just straight perfects. We still have a pretty good shot in this game. They're going to have to top deck us again, but with the way he's drawn, I wouldn't be surprised. All right, don't do it to me, man. Don't do it to me, opponent, please. Let me get a rack. I'm going to Raven's Crime you. All right, do not draw a good card for like 2 turns. Just miss for 2 turns. That's literally all I need from you. Okay. Oh, sure. Put a Boro back in hand. Sneaky. Sneaky boy. That's fine, though. What a joke, dude. What a effing joke. That is so annoying, man. That's like... Unbelievable, dude. What is it like to draw that well for that many turns in a row? Oh, wow. So we may be 1-3, but like 2 of our losses were just such stupid top decks, man. I get that we're playing 8 racks, so that's like how you're going to lose games, but it's still ridiculous. I feel like I put myself in really good position. Maybe one of my attack, maybe like the attack for 2 on the 1 turn was bad. Not sure. But my opponent just, I mean, what, 5 draws in a row, just perfect, just runner, over and over and over. It'd be one thing if it was 1 draw, but it's like multiple draws in a row, just straight perfection. I don't know what I can do. Like, it's just so stupid. That's all you can really say about it. Just complete nonsensical garbage. The Silvergill Adept was like the beginning of it, too. Just like Silvergill when the vial hit 2, thought seized on 1 to see if he had it, and then he just drew it in the next 2 cards. Storm Breaths over Gargaroths. Those have pro white, right? Maybe. That might be worth it. No. Huh. Oh, we need black mana for this to be good. Do we think they're bad against smallpox? That's the question, chat. I might keep this and just hope to draw a black source. I think I'm going to try it. We'll see what happens. It's definitely a risky one, but... Okay. Give you the criming. The Ravens criming. Murktide. Sure. So they're going to consider here. Otherworldly gaze. Okay. Okay. Please just slam a Murktide. Just that shock, slam Murktide right into the smallpox. Please, one-time dealer. Give me the Murktide. Give me a Murktiding. I've been a bad man. All right. I want land. I want to be able to cast 2 of these smallpox, I think. So this turn, I'm just gonna go like swamp rack you go. Maybe even Mishra's factory rack you go. It's gonna be swamp. Swamp rack you go, and then I'm not gonna Raven's Crime because I need this as fodder to the poxes. We'll see if they counter this. A lot of people counter racks. All right. Sure. I'm gonna do some more otherworldly gazing. You got it. Opponent is definitely playing well here. I'm going to cast Thoughtseize and see what they do. We may Ravens Crime them. We'll see. We'll see what they do to this. Counterspell, sure. Do I want to Ravens Crime? It gets the rack going, which is kind of cool. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do it. There's definitely some argument to this being incorrect, but yeah, I agree. Let's just get them low on cards. Let's get the rack working. They discarded a snap? Wow. That's got to be awful for me. They're just playing like some sort of like blue-red Murktide control pile, I guess. They played a land. That can't be good for me either. Is this going to be like a Jace? I'm probably not beating a Jace. Oh, just Merc. Merc plus Counterspell is going to be brutal, but we have a lot of smallpox to eat the Counterspell, so... yeah, I'm fine with them countering one of these, and I'm also fine with it resolving, so I don't really care either way. Smallpox you. Fetch, Counterspell. But then they're down to no cards, and we just do it the next few turns, so this is all fine. Opponent's going to be at 11. They're going to need a lot of good draws off the top. The way my last few opponents have been drawing, he'll probably just rip like 3 counterspells in a row. But in fact, he'll probably rip like Archmage's Charm, draw 2 into a land counterspell. But what can you do? Sometimes your opponents just peel it, man. Drawing creatures would be really annoying for me too. But fortunately, that's not what it looks like. Well, going for it again. CRT. What does CRT stand for? I'm going to get rid of... Honestly, I might get rid of the Thoughtseize here. Maiden Master, thanks for liking the stream, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Cathode ray tube. I believe it is. Yes, it's a very, very, very old TV. Yes, it's ancient. I'm going to keep the swamp because Castle would enter untapped. Prismatic Ending I don't think is going to matter very much in this game at all. Okay, take 3. Float a black, and then I will make them discard whatever they draw. Discard, please. An Archmage's Charm. Yeah, baby, let's go. Okay. Saga I'm just going to leave in my hand so I can Raven's Crime. It's a colorless land, which won't even cast Pox anyway, so... Very nice hit. I agree. It's about time my opponent draws a gas card when I'm making them discard. Okay. Crime you again. Okay, whatever, dude. You got it. Okay. They target Fire Ice? What did they... Yeah, they can't even... What the heck was that about? They should have at least targeted Bolt and bolted me. It's, I don't think, going to matter, but was something they could have done. All right, we got game 1. Good stuff. Looks like their graveyard's really important, so I'm bringing this in. This package. Needle seems awful from what we've seen so far. Smallpox I probably want less of. I don't know if they're playing like Ragavan and Darcy yet. Let's get rid of these. Let's bring in another one of these because it deals with Ragavan if it's dashing. Thank you, Paranormal Bouquet. I was trying to make nice plays. I think I might want Surgical too to like hit Mercs. Potentially. I'm going to go down 1 rack. Don't want to draw many of those, especially early. And I think... I probably can't afford to go down Smallpox because it's just my best way to answer a Murktide. One of my best ways. Liliana Edict's obviously good too, but... maybe I just don't want... Do I need 4 of these? Maybe I don't need 4. Maybe 3 is acceptable, especially with all the sagas. Let's maybe try this. No, we want Inquisition Siphon. It hits Archmage's Charm. You pretty much never cut that card, honestly. Well, this hand is good enough because it can just Raven's Crime over and over and over again. So we're going to keep... They went on the play. Hey, Khan, thanks for liking the stream, man. Appreciate it. Okay. Crime you. Criming it up. Yes, sir. Sure. Sure. F6. Okay. It's not too bad. Hmm. I think I want to certainly crime them. Do I just spellbomb? Maybe I just spellbomb. This like forces a counterspell, honestly, which I'm fine with. Play this. And if they do nothing, I'm just gonna go to their turn and pop it and draw a card, and then we'll start Raven. Yeah, they're gonna counterspell this. I kind of assumed. They kind of have to. And then we're just gonna crime them again. Getting rid of probably the silent clearing. The sagas with the Urborg are actually just really sick. Maybe I don't need this. Charm, sure. Okay. Here comes a Merc Daddy. Can we draw any of our 8 answers to this? Let's hope so. Yep, we did it. Hmm. It's maybe the wrong land to play, actually. Because I need to sack it off. But I guess I'm never getting to that many lands anyway. So let's Raven's Crime. I think we crime them, or do I just want to leave the Funeral Charm? Hmm. Discard a land. Which land do we want to get rid of? Probably the Saga, honestly. So I actually want land drops. Who knows? Maybe I was actually supposed to just... They're considering? Okay, well, they're about to lose their entire hand. Yep, definitely crime in case they have force. I agree. I think I discard the charm and keep the land and then sack off the castle. At the end of the day, playing this I think was fine. I think I should have cast the Funeral Charm instead of Raven's Criming, though. That was a slightly better play. Float this. I think we definitely go get the rack and start racking it up. Raven's Crime. For now, I'm just going to leave the land in hand so we can just keep Raven's Criming. No reason to play it at all. Take 3. Interesting. Am I supposed to play lands to try and get to her, or do I just keep criming? That's like a very real decision. Paranormal bouquet. Break some laws. All right, fine. I'm in. I'm in for some criminal behavior. Time to get criminal. All right, well, I'm glad we didn't try and play the Liliana. It probably wouldn't have gone great for us. Yikes. Yikes, yikes. That's terrible. This is like that. This and any of the 2-mana spells are worst possible cards to draw right now. Everything else is like fine, but... Okay, we're just going to keep criming. More forces, sure. Take 2. Oopsies. Oopsies. Criminal behavior. Snap. Nice. Okay. Just burying them under the rack. The rack attack. You discard. We're in very good shape here. Archmage's Charm. Okay. Into that getting pitched. What is this? Petty Theft. Okay. That's fine with me. Sure. Replay. I don't even think that was good. What did that even actually accomplish? It was like a terrible timing on it, too. I don't know. This just seems really bad. When you do flash it in and then die to the rack, they're literally just dead. They have to draw exactly like a way to answer the rack or Archmage's Charm. And Archmage's Charm pretty much just puts their head above water. Yep. All right. 2-3, and I feel like we got like obscenely unfortunate in 2 of those games, and then I didn't play one of the games well. But Zach, you ever play any old school? Fun format? Yeah, I've never played any old school myself either. Yeah, Zach, the rack is a really cool card, man. Okay, so we're going to go look at another deck now. We've got a few hours left, so we should be able to complete most of the league. We're going to play a Lurrus black-white deck. And let's go look at the deck here. I'm also going to switch it over in Cardboard Live in a moment. Black-white 8-rack. It's really not even an 8-rack deck. It's kind of a meme name, but... All right, again, I took a list that did pretty well in a 5-0 and then made a change here or there. The Emrakul is kind of funny for Mill. But anyway, this is going to be a similar kind of deck. I mean, we've got the Urza Sagas going on again, more Urborg nonsense. But this time we've got Flagstones of Trokier with the Smallpox, so that'll be a cool combo. We've got Turok and Lurrus. We've got Necrogen Spellbomb and Lurrus, which I was alluding to earlier, talking about building a build of 8-rack that's Lurrus and not Liliana, and then gets to loop the Spellbomb over and over again. And, but yeah, we've got Cling to Dust, which should be interesting. The Portable Holes will be pretty good. I like that card a lot in this format. Ending, obviously, very good. Turok, this is a deck I can get behind with Turok because it's just a ton of discard. We've got the Baubles going on for Lurrus. I'm not going to go into huge detail. The Vindicates will be cool with this deck. But sideboard, the Blossoming Calms will be interesting as well, I guess, for other hand-hate spell decks. But anyway, this is our deck. Got some cool cards going on. Let's go ahead. Let's export this, save it, put it into our Cardboard Live here, and we will be off into another league. Just a moment here while I fire up. Everything got changed when my volume got messed up earlier. So let's head back into here to the creator dashboard. Go ahead and put this on Cardboard Live, and we'll be good to go. Oh, very cool. Very cool, Nick. How's it going, man? Black, white. Get it in there. All right. We're good to roll. Good to roll. Well, at least that last league wasn't a complete disaster. 2-3 sucks, but a 1-4 is an actual nightmare. Oh shoot, I didn't switch the deck. Hold on, we can still drop from the league real quick. Let's go to constructed, drop from league. We didn't actually play, so they'll reimburse us. There we go. And now I want to change decks. There we are. Black, white, submit, 100 play points. Let's go. Now, this is not a deck that you want to take the draw with. This is still one that's going to be traditional in some matchups. I guess let's real quick make sure I did switch the deck. I did. Okay. Alrighty. Let's see how the Luris build does. Like I said, this one's a little different. I'm going to take the play with this deck. This is not quite like traditional 8-rack. Okay, this hand is weird. The thing is, though, I've still got, like, Luris going on with a bauble. Maybe it's still, like, keepable. It's a very strange hand. I think I'm going to keep this, though. This is greedy, but I'm going to hope I can find some black mana and actually play my cards. I'm going to bauble my opponent, I suppose. Peatland. Okay. Flagstones. Go. Okay, yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Can we draw a black source, please? We need one. Good lord, we need black mana. So we're playing against the Yawgmoth deck, and I can't hit a black mana, so... Does this get any planes? Oh, this gets any planes, so we can just go get some Godless Shrines. Okay. Well, let's play this, I guess. And then... Oh. Oh, I was supposed to not... I did not want to eat that. I forgot that this had to eat. Whatever, though. We'll play this. We'll keep the one that's untapped, I guess. Just go get the Triumph. I probably just go get the Triumph, because it enters tapped anyway, right? Onto the battlefield tapped. Yeah, okay. Probably just going to pop the Soul Guide Lantern for a card, man. So bad. I was just supposed to float a mana, then do the Flagstones thing, then play this and eat a Flagstones. So horrible, horrible sequencing on my part, and very costly, because that makes me now want to pop this. Yep, that's fine, I guess. Sure. Strangle, Root, Geist. Okay, well now I probably just need to leave it in play to be able to deal with the Undying, so we're just keeping the Lantern in play for now. Okay, that's a really good draw. Now I get to play this. Float a mana, I suppose. And then do this. The Undying trigger on the stack, I'll eat it. And then he's also going to have to discard a land or sack a land, discard a card. This ended up not being too bad. Other than my losing the bauble mistake, we're looking pretty good here. I'm going to get rid of this plains. Discarding a bird. The Undying trigger on the stack. Let's eat that garbage, please. Yes, I would. I don't know why I wouldn't want to use its ability. No. And F6. Not too shabby. Sure. In this turn, very likely just going to kick Turok and make them discard their hand. Yes, it was. We nuked it. We nuked it. Gave it a nuking. Okay, it's going to be a Geralf's Messenger. It is. That's fine with me. I'll take 2. Nice. It's going to be a good answer later, but right now we're just nuking our opponent's hand. Kick this. No more hand for you, opponent. You don't get that anymore. Twitch makes working from home too difficult. That's fair, man. Well, I'm glad you're here supporting us. Thank you very much. Enjoy having you. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah. Get rid of those gas cards, please. Put them away. Put them away. Too good. Next turn, I get to make a construct, play Portable Hole, eat the Wall of Roots. Should be pretty good for me. See if my opponent had a perfect top deck. Be fair, they have plenty of good draws, but they have plenty of bad draws too. When I played green-black, I drew young wolves in spots like this. Would have been a classic time for a young wolf. 1/1 Undying, do nothing. Maybe they're debating if they want to attack or not, I guess. If they drew any way to tutor a Yogg, this is just no decision. I mean, just very easy. If they drew, say, the evolution, this is very easy. Just sack off my messenger, go get Yogg. They drew it naturally. Of course they did. Why would they draw anything else? No cards in hand. Peel perfect card off top. Nice. Okay, they're going to attack first because they know I'm not going to block. Maybe they didn't draw it? I don't know. What is it? One. I'm thinking if they drew a chord, it's a chord for 3 right now, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 mana. So they can't actually. If they drew a chord, it was somewhat medium, I guess. I'm gonna be so pissed if this is an evolution, dude. This is such. It's not even a even remotely difficult decision to evolution your messenger into a Yogg and then just put counter, like keep redoing this. It's a chord. A chord is beatable. A chord is maybe beatable. I'm still kind of ticked off that they drew a chord, but this was not literal perfects. So whatever. And they're probably going to get another messenger, I guess. A grist. Okay. It's pretty annoying for sure. There goes my Turok. But this game is at least still winnable. Possible to win the game. Very good draw. I'm not pleased, but we can still win the game. I'm going to throw the wall in a hole. Because this is 2 mana with cards like Chord. And this also has to tap. And I actually think it might be better to just get the Lurrus in my hand. Maybe not, though. Maybe I just want to make constructs. I guess I'll just make constructs. If I had Bauble, it'd be a little more interesting, but... And Urza's Saga might be getting Necrogen Spellbomb, and we're just going to keep bombing their draw step. Let's make it so they could, unless they draw Chord, they're never doing anything again. That's probably the play. Sure. Guess they do have a Peat land, so they can play around that a little bit. Sure. Okay, Cutthroat to Yard is interesting. That means it's not, they can't draw into it, which is cool. Could always needle the grist, too. I think there's a needle in here. Okay. PTSD from the one standard format with Rally. Yeah, dude. I actually just saw in the 5-0 dump yesterday, someone was doing like the same thing with Return to the Ranks. They 5-0'd with this black-white Cutthroat, Blood Artist, all that kind of stuff. Cruel Celebrant. Yeah, it was. It was really nuts. We'll see what we draw here. Vindicate. Well, that's probably going to hit Overgrown Tomb. I think we're just nuking our opponent's lands. Do I want another construct then? I can needle this and then Vindicate the land and then ink their card in hand. That's got to be pretty good. Is it worth taking a turn off on the Vindicate? How important is vindicating that Overgrown Tomb? Maybe I want bodies to block. We'll wait one turn on this. This could be punishing. We'll see what happens. Definitely go get Needle and shut off Grist. It's attack for sure. Ink you. Please just have a hit. Might get really punished for not vindicating. We may have dodged it. We may have dodged it, which is good. Which is good. Then I can vindicate this overgrown tomb. Attack for 8. Opponent's going to have to trade their messenger. That would be good. Yep. Yep, back then, Wizards really didn't ban anything in Standard. It was pretty annoying for sure. Pretty tilting that their one card in hand was a 3 of in their deck, and literally every other spell in their deck was hittable with Inquisition. That was a bit of a bummer. It was the format with, like, when Ferocidon and Energy were really good. Interesting attack here from opponent. I'm just going to get this off the board. Very dangerous if he has another messenger to take a bunch of damage. Which it looks like he might have drawn another messenger, the way this is going. I believe it is what he drew. Or he has an Eldritch Evolution, and he's thinking about sacking the token, Eldritch Evolution. Maybe Evo for a mana producer. That'd be a pretty reasonable play, actually. Evolution for a bird or something. I think that's what he has. He has an Evolution in hand. Yep. Yep. Natty. Naturally. The Evolution. You got it. Okay, classic top deck's Evolution. Now he'll top deck a land when I vindicate this, I'm sure. Yep, you got it. Maybe I just save the vindicate for Yogg. Don't even vindicate the land. Just take this turn to put Lurrus in my hand and set that up. We'll see what they get. Maybe they're not even going to get a Mana Dork. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe they get, like, a Young Wolf or a Strangleroot, but... Pretty darn good 2 draws in a row for my opponent here. Might have been Emrakul. Yeah, Emrakul was really messed up. Okay, we just have that in the main deck. Interesting. Do I just vindicate this? God, it's so awkward to still let them have the Yogg. But them being able to blow this up really is annoying, but I guess it is what it is. The problem is when they flip it, they can just blow things up upon attack, but it's only a 3/3. Alright, I'm just going to Vindicate the land. The land is just so dangerous. Blow that up. Cut you off mana. And then I will attack. It's a very interesting game right now. Maybe, you know what? Maybe I should have killed the Grist because he can blow up the needle and start gristing again. Yeah, I don't even know, man. This game is insane. Pass, flip. Yup, do this. Sure. I would like to put Luris in hand here, but going to 3 is pretty awkward. I think I'm going to attack the Grist. That year was a dark time. Yeah, it wasn't the best, I suppose. Yeah, let's get this Grist out of here so that way my opponent can't just like blow up this needle and start doing Grist nonsense. Not into that at all. Yeah, it's even making them think about how they want to play this. Sure. That is a deal. You may lose your Bird of Paradise. Do I put Luris in hand for 2 life? He'll attack. He'll blow this up. Then I can make a construct. The only thing I lose to is like exactly Fatal Push. This deck doesn't play Fatal Push. I think I want Luris in hand. I think this is like a big turn to put Luris in my hand, so we're going to do it. So you just make the token at instant speed and trade. What an interesting game. It's been a sweet one. Okay. Okay. Just going to do this right now. There's no reason to wait on it. I'm just going to play Luris and replay this. This doesn't even do that much for my opponent. I think we've definitely put them in the bind. Block. They sack it off to blow up the portable hole. They might need to. They're just in such a bad spot. I have no idea what they can do. I really don't. They've just no mana. Even this Grist isn't really doing that much anymore, especially because I can just Luris and Repithing Needle it. I can also go get like the Necrogen Spellbomb here and just start making my opponent discard all their cards. We're just gonna just put them away. I might Shadow Spear is gonna be an interesting thing to go get too, I guess, but just so I don't randomly lose to like land, messenger, just some absolute nonsense sequence. We know one of their cards is Yogg. Destroy the portable hole. Okay. They need mana. Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay. If I draw a land, I might not make another construct because I can play Lurrus and kick the Turok. Thoughtseize. So that's not really all that good. Do I want another construct? Probably. Maybe not. Then I can't Lurrus redeploy Needle. Yeah, let's actually float a mana here. Like Shadow Spear. Play this. Oh, I can also just replay the Portable Hole and eat the wall. That's actually the play, and then we just attack the Grist. Get out of here, mana. You don't need any of that, opponent. Knock it off. I don't like it when my opponents have mana. Mana, cards, none of it. You get none. Put that away, please. Sure. Courting. Assume they're courting. Sure. Is this for 0? Is this grabbing a Dryad Arbor? Or is it for 1? Yeah, it was for 0. Okay. Throw this on the one that can attack. Or they both can attack, my bad. The trample one's going at Grist, the other one's going at him. Yeah, a lot of us are going to Wisconsin this weekend. I think about 4 or 5 of us. Okay, and I'm pretty sure opponents just locked out of this game now. It would be a stunner for them to be able to recover from this. And they're really low on clock now, which is nice for me. We finally ran into somebody who's worse at managing Moto than myself. Lucky, lucky. All right, Vanishing Verse is amazing. Surgical Extraction isn't terrible. Damn is interesting. The Lingering Souls are egregious. I don't want those at all. These Wear Tears, don't want that. Third Vindicate seems fine. Surgicals are interesting. I don't think I'm going to want the rack here very much. It's like fine, it could be good, but I don't think we need it. All the other stuff seems better. Cling to Dust. That's actually a really good one here too. This actually isn't that bad of a matchup for us. This is one of the best black mid-range piles I've played against this deck. Just tons of exiling, ways to interact with their yard, blows up their lands. Smallpox is awesome against this deck if you can exile their Undyers. I wouldn't hate a Surgical, but it just doesn't seem like that's really going to be very good. Do I want the Necrogen Spellbomb lock here? Or would I rather just have like a Surgical? Surgicaling is kind of sick. I think I'm going to cut the Spellbomb. I don't think establishing that lock is very realistic. And we're going to have a Surgical in the deck. I maybe even should have 2. Maybe I should trim a Vindicate for a Surgical. It's not a horrible idea, I don't think. I think I need all this. I guess you could always trim on Baubles. That's something you can always do in these decks too, is like go down and copy a Bauble. Let's do that. The 4th Vindicate may not have been necessary. Maybe that's not right either. Paranormal Bouquet. You're super into these Surgicals, man. I'm happy they excite you so much. That's good. I like surgicaling a card or two as well, so nothing wrong with knowing what you want to do in life. Yeah, this hand is acceptable. It's a little awkward, but we're keeping it. It's mainly just awkward because of the mana. The fact that I can't kill this on turn 1 sucks. Alright, well, triple Vindicate will be good if we can get to it. I'm going to bauble them. Young Wolf, okay. And we're just going to play the flagstones here, I think. So Young Wolf in their hand. Okay. Not the best time to draw that, but I'm not going to complain. Okay. Grist. That's frustrating, but you can kill the bird and then next turn deal with the grist, I guess, so it is what it is. Swamp. Push this down. Maybe I just start vindicating their lands, actually, to just cut them off. Like, they're only going to get 1/1s off this. I might be able to beat that. We'll see as we go. But I might be nuking their mire and just screwing their mana. And try to just beat insects with, like, Luris later and Saga tokens. That's probably what I'm going to do. I'm just not going to let my opponent play the game, or at least try to do that. Young Wolf. A little bit of Young Wolf action. Portable Hole. That'll be good later, too. What does the ultimate do? Number of creature cards in your graveyard is 3. Okay. Huh. Think here I Vindicate Twilight Mire. Next turn, Vindicate Grist and Portable Hole, the Young Wolf. He clearly has a Chord of Calling here, which is a chord for 2. Huh. I can't play this yet. I don't really want to make his mana better, so I'm just going to play a Heath. We're going to Vindicate the Mire. Blow up your lands. Needs more Raven's Crime. I agree, man. It's all these 3-mana plays, terrible. To be fair, Vindicate's been kind of fire. Blow up your land. Get it out of here. You do not need lands, sir. Yep. Chord of Calling for 2. Probably gets a Wall of Roots now. Then next turn I might actually just Portable Hole the Wall of Roots and then Vindicate either the Grist or this Overgrown Tomb and just keep screwing my opponent's lands. Because again, I think we can beat a bunch of insect tokens with just a Luris in play blocking. Now, we obviously have to deal with the Grist at some point before then, but I could always get the Needle to shut off the Grist again, which is probably what will happen. The nice thing about completely screwing their mana is it's just going to make like Yawgmoth uncastable and things like that. Maybe they'll try being aggressive and just getting a Strangleroot Geist here. That's possible. I could see it for sure. It also gives you 2 Undyers in play. Vindicate is pretty good, I agree. Okay, I figured it would be a wall. No surprise there. So next turn I'll be blowing up their overgrown tomb and portable holing the wall, getting this into place so I can start making constructs to defend me from all the X1s. Just going to try screwing my opponent out of the game. And we'll be going and getting a Pithing Needle on this. Just going to try screwing my opponent out of the game. They have 3 creatures in yard, so that's worth noting. They can do the alt thing with Grist. But sure. 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 It's a little bit annoying, but it's fine. Yep. Okay. Saga. Oh, this is scary. Maybe I just have to deal with this now. I think that's what I have to do. Probably throw this in a hole, and then what if I actually just deal with like both these? What if I go like hole this, vindicate this? Interesting. I do have another vindicate, so huh. What an interesting game. What an interesting game. Hmm. Hmm. Such a weird game, man. Such a weird game. I think I have to vindicate the Grist. I really do. It's just a little too much. Now I want to. I'm probably gonna have to get a Shadow Spear off this. Is why. Add black white with this, and then do this. God, dude, get out of here with that land. Trying my best to screw you out of the game, opponent, and you just keep peeling on me. Yep, attack, and then they probably Eldritch Evolution the Young Wolf into Messenger, I assume. No. Just another Grist. Yikes. A portable hole can, like, hit this, I guess. And then I can vindicate a land. Now I probably will get... I'm supposed to vindicate a land. Or do I just vindicate the Grist again? If I vindicate a land, that just kind of gives him very few, like, really good top decks. But then I can't make a construct here. It's tough, man. It's tough. Probably just have to wait one turn on the Vindicate. Hope he doesn't have a land. Because I kind of just need these constructs so badly. Yeah, I think I need the constructs, so whatever. I'm also just not going to block and make it second main. That way he won't be able to kill it with Grist. And honestly, the longer this game goes, the more likely it is my opponent times out too. So if we just keep making the decisions difficult here, it's fine. Yeah, I'll take all this. Yep, sure. Now I don't even have to get Pithing Needle. I can still just go get Shadow Spear and equip and attack, and then I can easily Vindicate a land. Although then I would have to commit the mana to... what if I Needle Yawgmoth? Needle Yawgmoth, Vindicate this. I might not get the job done, though. Man, this is an interesting game of Magic. What if I don't make a construct? What if I do instead go float mana? Man, that's not going to work very well either. I was going to say put Lurrus in hand, play Lurrus, but I've got to be able to Vindicate here, I think. Got to be able to Vindicate, I'm pretty sure. Maybe not. Maybe I don't need to Vindicate. So if I get Needle and name this, I don't need to Vindicate and just need to pray that he doesn't have a Yogg. Just like so dead to a Yawgmoth is the annoying thing. Whatever. I guess we'll just be dead to a Yawgmoth. Let's float mana, get Needle, name Grist, put Lurrus in hand, play Lurrus, and replay Bauble. Protects me the best from everything else. Put this in hand. Play this. Play Bauble. Bauble you, see what you're going to draw. Force of Vigor. Yeah, that kills me, but I'm going to make him go through the motions. What? What is happening? Already hit F6. I don't understand what the deal is here. Go. Maybe I should have actually attacked the... I should have attacked the Grist. That was the right play. Attack Grist there, see if he chumps. Because then if he takes the damage, he won't be able to kill the Lurrus there. Yeah, that was a terrible play. I was supposed to attack. Yep. Oh, does he have enough creatures in yard to just kill me with the Grist ultimate? He might. Yep. That's fine. Okay. I think I might like Dam in this matchup too. Dam instead of maybe one Vindicate. Although these are better on the play. Maybe it's one Surgical. I'll just have one Surgical. That was rough. I would like to play first, please. Reveal this. Okay, that's really good. Keep. Gonna play Swamp on one. I guess maybe I'm supposed to play Flagstones there in case I draw a second Flagstones, because then I can float a mana, ending whatever his one drop is if he has one. Thoughtseize me? Sure, dude. My hand's quite good, so not super sad about that, I guess. Yes, take your time thinking about it. Think about it deeply. Okay. They must have a grist, I assume. Oh my god, can we please just draw a land one time? Just a land one time, please. If they play any mana guy here, it's getting versed. I'm not risking not drawing a land. Thoughtseize again? Sure, dude. Take a look at this. They probably have to hit the verse and just pray that I don't draw a black source. Yep. Play your dork and pray that I... Okay. Thank you, Dennis. God, I am so sick of these trash draws the last few days, dude. This game is... If I vindicate this land, this game's just, like, over. Completely over. Good luck. Good luck winning this game if I vindicate you off that land. But now we are in big trouble. Sure. I don't care about that. Okay. Thank God. Vindicate your Twilight Mire, please. I'm just going to get a swamp here. There's no reason to shock myself. Time to start blowing up his lands. Awkward. Smallpox lets me play this and kick it, so I guess I'm going to Smallpox, even though it gives him a 2-2. Float a mana. Let's just get that land off the board. Discard a card. Probably the other Smallpox, honestly. Yep. Yep. Go get the Triumph. Play this. Okay. Turok's going to be getting kicked next turn, and then his aggression is just completely gone. He has to discard 2 at random. Should be pretty good for me. Discard 2 at random, please. I would like some counters on this. Okay, Force and Cord. Nice. Yep, and now I can vindicate whatever land he fetches. So, sure, that's going to be getting vindicated, sir. I think. Putting Lurrus in hand doesn't even really do anything. Just going to fetch Vindicate the Arbor. Go. Not trying to offer that trade. I'm just going to throw a Shadow Spear on it. What a fun game. What a fun little game we have here. Ooh, that's going to put a counter on this too. The youngest wolf. Very young wolf. Take the cord, I guess. It's probably the most dangerous. None of these really matter at all. I guess I'm going to take the wall. Cord he's just not going to be able to get to in time. Attack it. Take 6. I'll gain 6. Go. Yep. Nice. Can cord for 0. Portable hole. Don't even remember what he has in hand. Doesn't really matter. Put the Lurrus in here. Guess I just throw this in a hole. Six, you please. Gain 6. Go. Yep. Sick. Sick, sick, sick. We got him. It was a real fight, but we got him. All right. Back into it we go. It's quite a match of Magic. Oh, 1 second, folks. I'm going to take a minute break to bring down the vacuum to Larry real quick. So give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay. All right, folks. We're back. It's time to rock and roll. Round 2. That is not how I pictured Turok for all these years. Yeah, that's fair, man. That is fair. I suppose that's not how I pictured him either. All right. Opponent has been found. Yeah, we got a turn 1 Inquisition. We got really good removal. Very into this hand. Very into this hand. They kept as well. Okay. Well, I don't like the hand nearly as much anymore, but so be it. Just ink them right now. Jeez, oh Pete's, dude. We're probably not winning this game. I can tell you that right now. This is very bad for me. All sorts of cards that I can't beat very well. Probably just have to take Counterspell. I guess they could miss lands. That's what I'm going to have to hope for. My opponent just not drawing lands. Counterspell, goodbye. There's tons of stuff in there that I have no shot at beating. Oh boy. Play this, I guess. Play this tapped for now. Next turn, put Luris in hand if nothing better arises. Okay, so they drew a Typhoon. That's fine. Hopefully they just keep missing lands. That's all I can hope for. Deluge is nasty, yeah. So's Jace. I think I'm a little more concerned about the Jace. The unchecked Jace the Mind Sculptor. They're just going to bounce my Shadow Spear here, I'd imagine. Just try and draw a land. Really? Okay. This is so garbage, man. Are you kidding me? Every copy of Prismatic Ending. Okay. I think I'm just conceding the game if they put a Jace into play. Pretty certain the game is just completely over at that point. I guess I could draw exactly the Pithing Needle. But this Jace, man, is not beatable right now at all. Even if I draw the Needle, they can just like unsummon it twice. And they can just counter it with Force. It's just such a bad spot, man. Okay. Feels bad, man. Yeah, it does, dude. Yeah, it does. Smallpox ain't doing it either. We're just going to the next game. Plans for Friday, or we're going to get there at night. That's all I really know. Surgicals, Vanishing Verses, Vindicate. Smallpox is pretty egregious against control. I think we're going to cut those. I need to cut some number of this stuff, too. Portable Hole can't even deal with Chalice, so that's just... we're getting rid of that. These are a joke. Fatal Push can hit their man lands, so I need to leave it in. Funny enough. Cling to Dust is like a fine way to keep drawing cards, I guess. Kind of just a tough matchup for us, I think. Not ideal. Our draw wasn't amazing there, and theirs was pretty absurd, but no FNM? I don't believe so, man. No, I think we're leaving around 4 p.m. our time, so we're not going to get there till pretty late. Do I seriously have to? Oh, I could bring a Nihil Spellbomb, I guess, just as like a way to redraw. Can hit their Deluges too, so this is fine. Smallpox is just not good against control because they don't put creatures into play. So you're always down a card on the exchange. Just very bad. Also, I believe I'm going to put my opponent on the play here. This is one of those matchups where I kind of want the draw. I want the extra card. So we're going to run it like this. I'm leaving these in as a Chalice check, and I can hit to 3 minutes Fairy because of Triome, so The only downside to going on the draw is Vindicate's like less brutal, but that's fine. They're gonna have counterspell for this anyway. Classic Zero Lander. Good start. Good start. What a just terrible hand, man. I think we just have to keep it and hope it works. Hope to draw reasonably. Going to 5 is not a great plan. I don't know. Maybe I am supposed to go to 5. I'll go to 5. This hand's just so bad. It's just a freaking joke. All right. Well, my deck just doesn't want to play, I guess. So it's fine. I'm going to get rid of Godless Shrine Urborg here, I think. Sure. Sure. Okay. Well, we're just going to have to hope Lingering Souls is good enough. Turns out Lingering Souls is pretty good against control, so we'll just hope that that works, I guess. All right, well, that's why we left push in, was for that stuff. All right, Swamp Souls number 1. Souls number 1. Opponent probably didn't expect this. Counterspell? You got it, man. It's an embarrassing counterspell. Now, the issue is, if they go like Jace or something here, I will lose, but wasn't much I could do about it. I put my opponent on the play and still just had to mulligan to 5 and couldn't get a hand hate spell, so, you know, there are only 7 of them in my deck, so why would I draw one? All right, so they also drew a Deluge. Yikes. Whizzy Peasas. I'm glad you're liking the stream, man. Thank you very much. All right, time for a Deluge here. Deluge it up, opponent. Maybe because of flagstones, I'm not supposed to cut smallpox in this matchup. There's an argument for that, I guess. Because if you're not down a land, then it's still basically dead even. But they're down a land. Memory Deluge. Yep. Yep. Maybe we'll get them with this Fatal Push. They probably won't expect it, that's for sure. Game is just like so far out of hand right now. If my opponent plays like a 5-mana Teferi or a Jace or just like anything of relevance. Fortunately, they didn't, so. Do I think they have sweepers in their deck? Gonna equip and probably attack and put Lurrus in my hand, I think. They're a Field of Ruin deck, so I'm just going to fetch Shock. My life total is irrelevant. If we get to the point where my life total is relevant, I lost anyway, so it doesn't matter. Got to keep those basics in the deck so we can get them. Oh, great, another Deluge, huh? Oh, just Solitude me. Yeah. I don't think we can beat that either. Yeah, you know what? Maybe I should have left Smallpox in the deck. The more I'm thinking about it, Smallpox would have been fine. So we'll remember that for next time. Mulligan to 5 did not help anything, but should have left Smallpox in my deck. All right, I've had enough of this game. This is embarrassing. All right. Well, that was a complete beating. Complete beating. Would have much rather been traditional 8-rack in that matchup for sure. Pretty gross. That was by far the most uncompetitive match we'd had all day. I think literally every other match has gone 3 games, other than, I guess, the last round of the first league, we 2-0'd Blue-Red. But it was really close. We had to top deck that Smallpox off the top. Otherwise, we may have been going to another game. For what it's worth, too, I think maybe not this deck, but in the in that 8-rack deck we were playing, I think the sideboard Fatal Push should probably be a murderous cut to deal with Murktide Regent. Yeah. Okay, another one of these hands, huh? Mole. Okay. Got a lot of hand hate. I'm going to get rid of one of the Inquisitions, I think, and keep the Thoughtseize, just in case they're like a combo deck or whatever. But let's get rid of this. I want to keep the land to put Lurrus in hand later, so... Inquisition you. What is this? So they're trying to set up Delirium. Interesting. Okay. Well, if I take the agent, that's going to set up Delirium. That's a little awkward. I guess I still do it and then just take the Whispers with the Thoughtseize. The Blood Fountains and Thought Monitors? Not today, Andrew. Not today, man. That's for another day. It's for another day. Oh, they just top deck an Ancestral Vision. Are you kidding me with the way our opponents have drawn today? It's an actual joke. Like, hand hate spell you and just oops, reveal. Oh my god, dude. So dumb. It's completely ridiculous. I don't really know what I want to name of this yet, so probably just going to leave that in my hand. Just going to do this. Going to fetch. Not really interested in drawing any of those lands. Do I want to get the Triumph here? Probably. Go. Probably one of the worst possible matchups in Modern for this kind of deck is a deck with Ancestral Vision in it, so that's a huge yikes for me. It was a pretty good draw, too. Two very good draws in a row. Alright, this shutting off Delirium's cool. It can also redraw me cards, so it's not the worst, I suppose. White-black. Actually, undo. I have to take the force. I literally have to take the force, otherwise he just beats me with his Grim Flare, so Thought sees you. Okay. Get out of town. Get out of town. Sure. So they're going to make me discard these two. That whispers, but then I get to put Luris in hand and hopefully start doing this. So it is what it is. Sure. Sure. Make me discard my cards. You got it. Luris into hand, please. F6. Another Grim Flare. Sure. Just going to play this and play the Soul Guide Lantern and eat the Shardless to shut off Delirium. That's creature artifact, so that cuts Delirium, which is pretty good. Believe their vision is coming off this turn, which is really yikes for me, but here we are. Gazing. Opponent is gazing. An otherworldly gaze. Does that come off this turn? It sure does. Question is, do I take him off Delirium or not? Or do I just take some extra damage? I think I probably have to take extra damage. This needs to represent a draw. Inquisition. Okay, whatever. Sure. Right now, creatures, their only other type. Kill my Luris with something, I assume. Fatal push it? No. No blocks. Another vision. We might be able to beat that one just because of the point of the game where it hit. That's fine. Sure. Okay, that's pretty good. So he's killing my Lurrus. Trophy. Yeah, I guess that's just fine. Still probably just leaving this in play, I guess. It's fine. I might actually draw a card off this. I want to deal with this. So let's see if we can find an answer. Yeah, whatever. Okay, play this. Go. Yep. Seems pretty good for the opponent. Oh my god, dude. Ancestral Vision Jace the Mind Sculptor dot deck here. Sultai Value Town. Opponent is going to Sultai Value Town. Excuse me. Probably not beating this either. Yeah, sure. Okay, that's actually legit. That's actually legit. Okay, great. Great. Now, nuke the Jace. I think we have to nuke the Jace. I could obviously get a needle for the Jace, but I think it's better to just vindicate the Jace and then not let him brainstorm again. Let's make some constructs and get a Shadow Spear and hope that's good enough. Sure. Yep, you got it. Into a trophy, man. How much worse could this game have like possibly gone? Like almost every moment opponent has had the literal perfect thing happen. It's been kind of unbelievable. It's not unbelievable just because now I'm probably going to draw a smallpox, which will no longer deal with the Grim Flare. It seems fitting. They have been hitting me with a Grim Flare forever, so they have been able to stack like the top 3 or whatever, but still, good God. Good God. The agent into the trophy. Really, the what this whole game boiled down to is me casting a Hand 8 spell on turn 1 and my opponent going, oops, Ancestral Vision off the top is why we are potentially going to lose this game. And now they have another Ancestral Vision on suspend. There's just like a horrible pairing. Still have a chance. I'm debating if I want to leave this back to block. I probably have to. Probably have to hang out. Oh, I haven't edited our record today, have I? We are currently 3-4. 3-4, and I think we're about to be 3-5. This is a tough one for us. Yeah, here comes the visions. You got it. Opponent just infinite 2-for-1s, man. I mean, Shardless Agent, Ancestral Visions, Whispers of Emrakul, just all sorts of just value-centric stuff. So tilting, man. So tilting. Just another just completely perfect card. Just all game long. All it's been is just complete perfection. All right. Well, we'll concede. Whatever. You did it, opponent. Well done for you. Ta-ta. Of course, we never draw a Turok in the matchup where it'd be like absolutely awesome too. I think I need to hope to surgical ancestral visions. I think it's like a real plan I have to hope for, which is not good, but it's where we're at with this. Needle I need. The rack seems very medium here. All the graveyard hitting stuff seems fine. I think I'm actually going to just cut the Shadow Spear. Luris will be my only life gain, whatever. Cling to Dust seems nice. Souls is probably pretty good. Smallpox is sweet. Portable Hole may just be a liability. Maybe I just want the push and the endings. I've seen a lot of ways he can interact with it and blow it up, so that scares me a lot. Maybe I'm fine with that, though. I can always replay it with Luris. Maybe I just keep one in. It's also good with the Saga stuff, too. I guess I'll cut push and 2 holes. I have to take the play because I have to be able to rip a Visions. This is a matchup where typically I would like to be on the draw, but no, we have a hand 8 spell, so we're keeping it. This hand actually wants to draw lands, so I'm just going to play the Urborg, I think. Actually, I could needle a fetch land from him, so maybe that's what I do. Do this. Multiple Gazes, Veil of Summer. I'm just going to take the Veil of Summer, I guess. Yeah. Goodbye to the Veil. That does not need to be there at all. We can needle Jace. Okay. Oh my. What is this? 2 games in a row. The 8th card is an Ancestral Vision? What? That is so freaking unbelievable, man. Are you kidding me? What are the odds of that? The odds of that happening once are probably like 5%. The odds of it happening 2 games in a row are like less than 0.5%. Like, just come on, man. What a stupid, just, ugh. All right, well, I'm going to try and gather myself here, but that was really, really just complete garbage. I don't want this to stop taking damage, so I'm just going to play this. I'm going to cast this Spell Bomb. And I guess we're going to hope our opponent misses a land, but they'll probably just peel one without even having to do anything with the Otherworldly Gaze. So that's just, okay, they're just upkeeping it. That seems... Oh, because this doesn't actually draw a card. I forgot about that. Yeah, so you have to upkeep it here. That's fine. I'm just going to vindicate their lands. I mean, that's how we're going to have to play this game. and hope that my opponent just doesn't hit lands. And we're going to have to try and punish the Ancestral Visions that way. Okay. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. They've still missed a land. Oh, no, we hadn't hit the main phase yet. Tilt. All right, so they have Witherbloom Command. I am going to nuke their yard, I think. And draw a card. I'd like to be up a card. Don't really have to shock. Yeah. Okay, that's a sweet draw. It's also a sweet draw. I guess I'm just going to vindicate them off this. Is that the draw here, or do I potentially want to Needle plus put Luris in hand next turn? I guess I may need to ending this too. So let's just go Castle this turn. Okay. I'm going to name Verdant Catacombs, please. Yikes. That was a mistake from our opponent. Big mistake from opponent there. That's the kind of stuff we need. All right, now I can play Urza Saga, put the Luris in hand. Well, with this kind of mana advantage, we may even be able... Oh, they just had the Force. Naturally, of course they did. Why wouldn't they have drawn Force? Makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. Just into the Force. Well, at least I get to deal with this problem. This Grimflayer that's about to hit the board. And then we know his last card's Jace, which I can still just needle out of the graveyard. So, whatever, I guess. Really? Ooh, that would have been... Okay. Well, I know his two cards, right? Are Grimflayer Jace. We literally know that. So I guess I'm just playing Luris. And replaying Needle named Jace. Probably. Just to be safe here. Maybe that's wrong, though, because Jace is... Yeah, I don't know. I probably have to do that. It's awkward with the smallpox, though. What did they pitch to force? Oh, they must have pitched... You're right. They must have pitched Grimflayer. That makes sense. I'm actually going to get back to Spellbomb. Oh, classic. They drew a trophy. Oh, okay. That's fine. That is fine. They'll probably find an answer to this, but that's whatever. Yeah. No, they pitched. I'm not sure what they pitched, man. I guess I can go up here. They exiled Grimflare, so yeah, I guess they still have Witherbloom command. Time for the classic Ancestral Vision that was drawn on turn 1. Classic story of the game. I know it does, but we can just keep replaying it, so. Ah. Paying costs. Witherbloom command. Well, we'll exile your stuff. Exile your yard. They still get to mill 3. Hit a land, naturally. It's fine, though. That is fine, though. Okay, that's a pretty sweet draw. All right, now I think we have to needle that Jace just to be safe. Just to be safe. And I can do it off the Saga and then still draw a card off of Castle here, which is good. Force of Negation. Okay. Still think we can win this. Sure. Force of Negation. A shock. This is another otherworldly gaze. We're gazing. Okay. The good thing about Jace is he kind of just has to like unsummon my Lurrus, which is not amazing, but it's fine. Not amazing, but is fine. Somehow I missed that limited format already. Yikes. Oh, man, that's funny, though. Okay. Lose a life, draw a card. Actually think we're in very good position right now. Gonna trophy me again? Okay. Okay, well now we're gonna smallpox. Let's float a white mana, and then let's cast smallpox. Can tap this. This will deal with the Jace problem because our opponent's just not going to be able to cast Jace anymore. Discard a card. Could discard the souls, but I kind of want 2 copies of souls. I think I'm just going to discard this swamp. No, the Urborg. I lied. It's the Urborg. Sacrifice a land. The flagstones, please. They discarded the Jace, which is what I thought they would do. I would like to use that, please. I almost want Triome in my deck to just draw more cards, but if my opponent has 3 CMC spells, then I might want to get this. We're going to get the Shrine. Do I want to pay 2 life? No. Floating mana. Could play this land. Doesn't really do anything, though. Yeah, it does. I have a castle. What am I talking about? Go ahead. That's fine. Just going to beat them with this Urza's Saga. Is the hope. Sure. Okay. Definitely just getting another spell bomb here, I think. Soul Guide Lantern can force him to gaze right now, which is kind of good. Yeah, I don't hate that at all. Let's do that. I suppose I could have also done the Necrogen, but let's force this. I want to force the gaze right now. Yep. Sure. Have to get it tapped. Then they gaze. Then I can hit for 3. Sure. I'm probably just going to hide the fact that I have Lingering Souls in my deck. I don't think I actually need to cast it to win this game. I can just like play this, activate this again. Should be good enough. Okay. I could have, but that didn't seem worth it. I'd rather draw a card with this later. I don't actually care about his graveyard that much. Also, I wanted in play to make the constructs bigger. I hear what you're saying, though. There we go. That's a good one. Play this kicked. God, undo that. They'll probably kill one of my constructs, I'd imagine. Sure thing. Or are they just making me respond to stuff? Okay. Now I will cast this. Think we will need it to win. Go. Good luck. Like to see how you get out of this. Alright, they couldn't. Nice. Nice. Despite our opponent peeling the classic 8th card Ancestral Vision 2 games in a row against the Hand Hate spell, they were not able to win that one there. Alright, do I want Vanishing Verse for Jace? Problem with Verse, it just like doesn't do really anything against any other card in my opponent's deck. All their threats are multicolored other than the Jace, so I think I'm just going to have to hope that the Pithing Needle will be good enough for that. Could like trim 2 baubles for him, but I think you need the baubles with Luris. Well, let's see what happens. It was a hard-fought game 2. This hand's sweet. Definitely keeping it. Definitely keeping it. Can't cast ink on 1, but it can double ink on 2. Classic. Oh, no visions. No visions. Amazing, dude. Amazing. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. Truly. Shocked at the lack of visions. Let's see what's on top. It's probably visions. The 8th card has to be visions for the 3rd game in a row, right? Oh, it's a trophy. Okay. It's good to know about. Oh, I know. That's what I was waiting for here too, Matt. Absolutely. I think I just give him the old. Well, do I even want to Inquisition here? I probably do, right? It's awkward because I would have liked to set up the smallpox, but okay. Otherworldly Gaze, you got it. The smallpox with the flagstones would have been ideal. If he has a flayer, of course. I guess we'll just let flayer hit us for a turn. It's not the end of the world. Okay, I'm taking a Shardless Agent. His hand is really not very good at all, so that's good for me. Okay, well now we can smallpox, which is awesome. I don't know if I'm supposed to do it yet, though. I think I'd rather just ink him. Much rather just ink. Uh, it's fine. Where the heck did his trophy go? It's not in his hand. You can't. How did? Oh, did he fetch it away or something? Okay. Yep. Well, I imagine that Jace is about to get discarded because it's just going to be too hard to cast for them. I know it reorganized. Oh, it's. I see. I thought it was the. Yeah. Cling to dust. Well, that'll be pretty good. That will be pretty good. Smallpox. Discard a card. Probably the Cling. I think I like having more lands, so probably the Cling. Pitch the Force, sure. Gonna go get that triome, I think. Sure. So they still have Jace. I can just save the Vindicate for the Jace, I guess. I'm just going to put, okay, bauble them, see what's on top. They're probably going to gaze, but that's fine, okay. Luris into hand. Please. Yep, you got it. You got it. Now the Visions is on top. Yeah. Nope. Keeps not being on top, fortunately for us. I'm going to wait for him to have to fetch before I nuke the yard. Just, okay. We'll be fine eventually. Okay. I can Vindicate this Jace, so he'll probably just Brainstorm here, I'd imagine. Okay, I've F6'd. Why? Ugh. Anyway. Vindicate, play this land. I think I want to keep all my cards. So I'm not really into the smallpox here. You just cling their Jace and draw a card. That seems fine. Do I want to do it now or later? I think I want to do it now. Let's see if I can hit some hand hate spells. See what they have going on. Well, that's fine. I'm just going to do this now. Thin the deck out. I'll draw an Ink or a Thoughtseize someday. Hopefully. Endurance. Okay, that's fine. Not a huge deal. Makes the smallpox really good. Please do not hit visions. Otherworldly gaze is acceptable. Sure. Sure. Seems fine, man. What if I just vindicated 2 of his lands? Huh. That's interesting. I guess here I'm going to smallpox and then cut them off of one of their colors, either black or green. This plays around a stupid Veil of Summer. I'm not trying to get veiled here. I'll discard the ending. I don't need it anymore. Vindicates will be good enough, hopefully. Yup, classic. Well, now he has to discard a card. Still, so that's what it is. Nice. I guess I'm playing a Lurrus. Go. And then next turn, if he doesn't draw anything I have to deal with, I'm just vindicating his dual lands, and we're just putting him back on a forest. Okay. Well, now I'll vindicate Endurance and just attack. Probably. Yep. Don't want a smallpox. I'd have to sack my own Lurrus. No thanks to that. And F6. Need to draw some sagas or something, man. So he's going to gaze it up here. I'm just going to F6 my way through all of it. I might catch up on clock, actually. Okay. He put 3 cards in the bin. Oops. Turn off auto yield. No, that's fine. I'll attack. They probably have Force and Negation in hand, would be my guess. Definitely a Force in their hand. I'm going to Thoughtseize just to see what's going on. They do have a Force, I think. Oh, Veil is what they drew. God dang it. I should have thought about that and just not cast that. Third copy of Veil of Summer is really gross. Playing a little too quick. Sure, it's fine. Trying to catch him on clock here, which it looks like I might do, which is good. He has a lot of decisions to make because of all the otherworldly gazing and stuff. Need to draw like my Lingering Souls, man. Come on now. I'm starting to see why the deck played 3 before I made edits. Sure. Well, that's getting vindicated out of the way. Sure. Lingering Souls, please. Any day. Any day now. Okay. Just going to leave these in hand, I guess. F6. Go. Did we somehow beat the Ancestral Visions deck? Oh my god, Smallpox is lethal too. The 1 damage from Pox will kill my opponent even if they have anything here. Let's go, man. Endurance, that's fine. Lose to a Smallpox, sir. Good game, friend. Oops. Oh my goodness. You want to talk about unbelievable. I cannot believe we beat that deck. Holy smokes, man. All right. We're definitely not going to have time for a full another match, so we're going to just end the day at 4-4. Thank you everybody so much. I'm actually gonna raid someone, so we're gonna do a raid today. The smallest, tiniest pox. That's right. We gave him the pox. But I'm gonna get a raid set up here real quick, and I will have to finish this a different time. But I want to get this done by 4 o'clock. And I know another match is gonna take longer than that. So let's see here. Go set up a raid. As always, thank you everybody for being here. If you enjoyed the content, give my team Swish Gaming a follow on YouTube, Swish Gaming a follow on Facebook, The Swish Gaming on Twitter, The Swish Gaming on Twitch. And real quick, we're going to do a raid. I wanted to try and raid back Mr. Josh, who raided us yesterday. We'll see if he's on. Doesn't look like he is. Josh O _ Nope, doesn't look. All right, so it looks like we're just going to do a random raid then. Here we go, folks. Oh, Doomwake. You guys want to see Doomwake? I'm fine with Doomwake. Is he even on? Doesn't look like he's on right now. Nope. How about, is Manfield on right now? Nope. Oh, it's Doomwake with zeros. Okay. There he is. Yeah, we'll send over to Doomwake. That sounds good to me. All right, everybody. We're going to check out Doomwake and see what he's up to today. And I will catch you all tomorrow.